So can we know how you met your wife? Because we know you are married.
Very much so. Thank you for that. She's the love of my heart. Yeah, after looking around, somebody invited us to a blind date.
Wow.
And that was that. It was electric. Well, like, and we took off from there. It proves that we're made for each other. And the search ended.
How did you propose?
Wow. It was a date. Let's go out. Are you with me? And from there, on and on. Okay? Ring slipped into the finger.
Wow. Okay, so continuing from where we stopped, sir. So what inspired you to run for the office of the Vice Chancellor?
Well, I've seen other vice chancellors. I work with them. I've interact with people. You know what you can do better, what you can do best. You can see that. As I told you, I was already prepared in my mind. I went to the United States 2003. There was this question whether to stay back and so on. I told them, look, I'm going to be the Vice Chancellor. This one and so. They say it's not worth it staying back here. That's what's called a one career move. You can see that before I ran, I was already very prepared in mind. That was far back in 2003. I never became on 2014. That's what a dream is all about. You work on it. And when you come in, you can see how things were rolling out. I rolled out much more than I even expected within this time. You can imagine doing projects that the federal government could not do. In agriculture, I did cattle farming, as I told you. So you can produce more cattle than you need in Nigeria.
So after losing your first election,
yes.
What gave you the morale to go again?
Because I knew I didn't lose. That's why I said, let's not talk about it. I was in the council, I had the report.
So as a Vice Chancellor, can we know some of the major accomplishments you had?
As I said, these the things I told you I did when I was here. Can you tell me? Then let's see what you want to major.
Okay, you talked about the RAHOB.
Was it here before?
Establishment of the RAHOB, no.
Was it in West Africa?
No.
Why we talk about major? Everything I did here was major, unusual. The science park.
Flying Science Park.
Yes. More than a decade and a half ago, so university were given 1 billion naira to do science park. They have not succeeded. Nobody gave me 1 kobo. Yes, even the federal government tried to build Shesco in Abuja. They have not succeeded. By my own, by 2017, we have been registered international association for science parks. Science park. So when we talk about major, like I say, I don't know where to start. Everything I did here was major. The employments are virtually, change the face of workers in this university by the quantity and quality. The greatest was the quality. Faculty of law, up to 10 people have left for international grounds. That will tell the quality of people employed. You see, when you talk about university host community relationship, by the first time the state tax was paid, after the people are employed, Enugu State received 9 billion naira. So where do I start? You talk of empowerment of the host community. If you go to the host community, you can't get a flat easily here, right? Because of the staff employed in University of Nigeria. They said even the young girls now, the cost of making dress has gone up so high.
Very true.
Yes, you see. You see, I told you the greatest achievement you can do is building up human capacity. The people who get admission to read. And then the general men of the university. Before there was student arrest, immediately I came and brought back students. Because I told you I can handle it. People are afraid of students. Why? I'm Zoom for the masses. I don't want to make the student union were yearly sent outside the country. It never happened. So when you asked me what gave me courage, since I knew that I didn't...
You didn't lose.
I had the results. And the fullness of time. I told the people, they said, I think first I look at this and they said, come first again. And it happened effortlessly.
Wow. Okay, so still on these accomplishments, currently the Lion Science Park and especially rural hub seems to be, will I use the word dying?
No, it's not dying, it's dormant.
Dormant,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, that's the best word to use, dormant. What's the reason for that? Why do they not continue?
I told you, it requires three people. It's what you call a triple helix. Academia, the business, and government. All these things were started in the United States by the Silicon Valley. Are you with me? Stanford University, the business and government. I did that to show government what is possible. But the government in Nigeria is yet to have a buy-in. As I told you, they're putting money in the wrong places. I told you they gave 1 billion to some universities. None of them have succeeded. They applied for another second million, but nobody gave me 1 code. That's why the Swedish will say that some people think inside the box, some people think outside the box, but with Ben, there's no box. They say, how do you get the money? Even the central bank governor at that time, there was a time we were told the Minister of Education, I told them, when you get the money, with ideas, can always get money. That's why you ask me, how did I run back, come and run for?
Vice Chancellor.
Now, the manager of Rural Hub, even without have moved into the Rural Hub, I mean to the science park. You don't expect, I got it. You can't die. There's no way you can die. Keep on talking about, they will come back. I said, a private individual has completed a factory there to produce tractors. The federal government of Nigeria said they require about 2,000 tractors. I've done my own study. Nigeria is the least tractorized company in the world. The tractor already. If the government awards contracts, which they should do, the science park is similar enough to run the science park. The important thing is when you have a vision, it doesn't die. And they say only the man with a vision can handle the job. After they built a shade school park in Abuja and brought a former minister, science and technology, they can't take it off the ground. Was I a former minister? Am I an electrical engineer? What am I? Do I have BSc in entrepreneurship?
No.
You don't need that to fire the first electric car, to fire an agricultural park, to fire innovation. So that is it.
So, sir, on the issue of employment, you mentioned that you offered employment opportunities to people. So how were you able to manage, how were you able to be sure that, okay, in as much as you're going to be employing many persons, you're going to be employing the best hand?
But I've already told you, the best assessment of any job is the quality of the output.
Yeah.
That's what I told you. I told you, let's start from academic staff. You can see where we are in ranking. If I was employing the wrong places, shall we be number 1 in Scopus ranking? It is the quality. Are you with me? Again, if you go to the faculties, like law, they told me up to 11 of the academics have left for foreign countries, some in Rwanda and so on. If I were employing unqualified people, would it be like, somebody of my, you see, I'm confident in what I do. That's why the Swedish man said that some people think inside the box. Some think outside the box. With Ben, there's no box. I'm confident of what I do. Can't I assess a professor? I don't need anybody to assess professors for me. I never attended the what they call UAC, University of Nigeria, where they read their paper first. I know if you were. I'm confident of myself. But I told you I was never a deputy vice chancellor to be a vice chancellor here. I was very confident. And see what happened when I came on board. First of all, you have to be sure of yourself. And as I look at the outputs now, the professors I made, a mass com, you say, you know if your professor was substandard?
No.
The people are employed. They are the best, I can assure you, globally.
Yes.
I rejected so many who came from outside the country. Looking at your paper. What is the quality of your, what's called creative output? In South Africa, what they use, their professors use to making money. It's not recharge card as I is asking for. Research, they pay on your creative output. Until I introduced in the University of Nigeria. If you publish and the journal demand money, I pay for it. Again, if you publish a certain factor, what they call Thomson Impact Factor Journal, you get money for that.
Wow.
It's happening like that. This is how I base my assessment.
So on the Webometrics ranking, which you talked about, can we know some of the things you did aside research and employment? Can we know some other things you did to bring UNN to be number 1?
I told you one, I incentivize research. If you publish in a good paper, you get paid. It was never done there. We don't make you write good papers. I'm happy when I go to South Africa, the senior lecturer I see doing fellowship, I say, oh, Professor Ozumba, I benefited from you, your research you paid for that. Is that not more than enough to increase your ranking?
Yes.
Yes.
So research brought us.
Of course, research is the greatest factor.
Wow.
Research is the greatest factor. We entered science higher education ranking where we were never before.
So still on education, what do you think is one of the major issues Nigeria is facing in the educational sector?
I'll give you an example. What has made other countries develop is what they call cheap and educated workforce.
Cheap and educated workforce.
Education is critical in national development. The topic of my lecture tomorrow, if I give you an expo, is the role of tertiary education in nation building. I'll give you China. All these countries have the best of education. India, before the education was of that, they are now gone up. Taiwan, all of them. So education is critical. And it starts from elementary school. You have to pay emphasis on mathematics and languages. China will tell you they speak Chinese. Everybody wants to speak English in China and visit China frequently. Education and English, we are tops. It's for innovation, it's for learning, it's for... You see, as I told you, I'm very good in answer. That's why I'm doing a PhD in social sciences. They're important.
What area are you?
Social sciences. As I told you, my topic is the role of diaspora in healthcare delivery in Nigeria.
Okay.
Medical and social work.
Okay.
My coursework.
So if you're going to be advising the Nigerian government, you've mentioned the role of languages. Yes. So what other things do you think the Nigerian government should adopt to our education system?
I've told you, they talk about it, but they're not doing STEM.
STEM.
Yes.
Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Okay.
Primary. Can you do innovation without STEM? No. Even mass comm, you need that. Look, you're working with digital equipment. That's why I set up the Lion Technologies to produce Lion laptops. I know where to go. This is STEM. Can you beat that?
You seem to be more interested in the sciences. Do you think there's a future in arts?
I'm surprised you're asking that. Somebody who's doing a PhD in social sciences.
No,
What is that? Am I not interested in it? Social sciences, is it not arts?
it is, actually.
So that's why I say many of the questions I'll tell you the answer. I know where I want to build my rock. As I told you, I'm a linguist. I can speak French, I can speak Spanish, I can speak this. I can speak a smattering of Yoruba. I pick it up and I say how to cover my Chinese and my Arabic.
So what's the most memorable experience as a Vice Chancellor?
Memorable.
Yes, when you were...
As I tell people, everything here is memorable.
Just one most memorable experience.
Okay. I will tell you, I might tell you to choose any of those successes. I'll tell you, immediately I came on board, I hosted the West African University Games,
Yes.
especially in hockey and soccer. And we are wondering, people are saying, but there's no money I saw. I don't look at money or for money when I'm doing things, like what we are doing. I say, will this thing succeed? People say, Then when the, I think Achimota University bus drove into the ground. Well, I broke down. So this thing has succeeded. That's West African University Games. So what will make it international? Because you see, since you came, have you seen Nuga Games here?
No, we'll be going out.
Anyway, it takes 20 years to organize one in Nigeria. But I just came and started. Because I knew I was going to advance, I was prepared. What's the next game? What's the next thing? Where's the next? And I told you we succeeded. I know that there's a divine touch in what I do. That's why I told you, I knew I was on an assignment here, a mission. What I was doing here is most memorable. This, I would say, is the most dramatic. The university bus drove and then somebody told me that this is the most successful thing that it's not even from this part of the country, that in another part of the country where they go, this something happens. Either there's a call to war or there's a death or something. No incident such as that. But otherwise, everything is a success. It's memorable. The employment I did, as you know, when I was doing the people The President Vice was telling me that he told his Vice Chancellor then, he was the deputy, why don't you go and see what Prof. Ozumba is doing? That one, the Vice Chancellor told him, don't mind him. When I leave office, they'll just sack all those people and possibly arrest me. But when I finish, all their names entered government salary.
Wow.
Even all those intractable,
Wow.
those teaching secondary elementary people, government salary.
Wow.
So anybody that employed, our Father in heaven authenticated them. And as I was finishing, I got a national award, NPOM, from Buhari, National President of the. So that's when you say most memorable. What is it?
So I see that there's a long list of events you have ahead of your valedictory lecture and finally your retirement. So what's the end point of this event? Does it have a future implication or is it just for now?
Oh, definitely. I told you where I held it. I started with medical outreach and so on. And we are here. Remember when that long list, people say, how can you actualize all this? Didn't you hear that? That's always my story. But look at it, it's happening naturally. This was not in the program, says what I'm doing with you. They said, can you actualize? But I told you that the activities that the medical outreach, which is unique because I'm a medical doctor, it was not even in the initial program. I have to follow it through. The people complain that when we go, doctors will not come again. And I told you my life goal is to make sure that medical care gets to the grassroots. Everybody gets it. It's called by community health insurance. Some people have paid for it. The one at the money, the Igwe pays for it. This time, who paid for it? How to source the funds. So there's a follow-up.
It doesn't end now.
That's what I'm telling you. It's just beginning. I told you that 70 is the new 40.
Okay. So, sir, let me now, we've talked a lot about your academic endeavors and education. Can we go into medicine? So what have you been doing in the medical sector?
I told you, first of all, I graduated in 1979. Then I did residency after my national service. So I'm a teacher. I'm a specialist, consultant, obstetrician, and gynecologist. I'm a medical scientist because I do a lot of research. I'm now working in molecular medicine with my Chinese collaborators. So, what makes me very happy, like I'm walking through ShopRite. I see a young girl passing like yourself. Maybe the mother would tell her, go and greet him. That's the doctor who made you, who brought you into the world. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's so fulfilling. I found that stage.
Wow.
I looked at other young people of your age and so. So I was very successful as a clinician. But I knew how to get, like all the professors in the Department of O&G now, passed through me either as residents, postgraduate, or as medical students. So what could be more fulfilling? So I achieved in every aspect. In clinical care, medical care, in hospital administration. I was the provost, I was the dean, I was a member of the board, and so on.
So you do academics and you also practice medicine?
Of course, as a professor, that's academic medicine. As a dean, that's medical administration. As a consultant, that's medical administration. And with my researches, that's a medical scientist. I'm even delving to the latest part of research, that's in molecular medicine.
Wow. Recently, they've been, not just recently, but it has lingered over the years, issues of job racketeering and ghost working, where we have issues of ghost workers, the government coming to visit a university to realize that a good number of those people who are being paid are not actually doing what they were paid to do. So how do you think we can curb the issue of job racketeering and ghost working?
I'll say that is very easy. I'll throw that back on the government. What do we have our ICT for? What do we have? You can just plug and know those who are ghost workers. You see, I tell people I kept being more qualified. After my initial attempt to Vice Chancellor, I went and studied SAP. They were teaching here. And I'm happy when you tell somebody outside this country that they're SAP satisfied. Possibly don't know.
What's SAP?
That's the thing. SAP is a computer software, very complex. It teaches too many things: financial intelligence, cost accounting, financial accounting, everything you can think of, marketing and so on, warehouse management. Studied the training was going on here. I made sure I was certified. Yes, he can plug. Because when I was here, I made sure that the university was digitally savvy. You know, CBT and so on. I introduced it. That's when you tell me my achievement. I don't know where to start. I introduced CBT. I know the use of CBT. It can show you students who are fake. It can reduce or remove sorting. Is that not so? Yes. Simple plugin. You then, from that, you know those who are ghost workers, you tell the computer what to look for. I think that can easily be done with digitalization. It tells you everything. That is the use of IPPS, to know those who to pay and those who not to pay. That is the use.
Nigerians need to embrace digitalization.
Of course. That is why I introduced Lion Laptop, as I told you. Digitalization will solve all these problems. And it's already solved. A lot of money is being saved with that. So talking about ghost workers, unless whoever doesn't want to deal with those workers, since everybody is keyed into this thing, they can ask questions. You just programming what to look for. Departments, who are those there? Who are so and so? Like it's helping now. Before, when people are going to retire, you can't know who will retire now. Now everything is there. You can't run away.
Okay, while we come to the end of this interview, I would love to know some people who have played a major role in making you who you are today.
Okay, I told you, my family.
Your family.
You can see that my family is unique. From childhood, program for every step I told you how I discuss my next move. Education-wise, I knew what to do. You can imagine my mother enrolling me in Boy Scouts at the age of 10, preparing me for leadership. I was a troop leader in secondary school. Because my uncle attended government college as a college scholar, it was my aim. And I went there on scholarship too. The important thing is the scholarship, not that my family cannot pay. I wanted to go to the best university in the world, like Harvard and so, like my uncles had gone to. I still went to Harvard eventually on a 1-year fellowship in academia, and they rated me very high. Once you find out wherever I go, I'm rated. Michigan State University, go back to the university, rated me very high in all my interactions, in everything. So you can see my family is number one, my parents, my immediate family, my wife and my children. You can see how we are doing. And people like yourself, my students. I can never thank my students enough. We worked very hard here. That's why I was able to send the students. Apart from that, the people I meet on a day-to-day, can't you see? By throwing up employment, I said the security and so on. All entered IPPS. The teachers in secondary school elementary entered. So that it was, nobody was left behind. Why shouldn't I be happy? If you make people happy, you remember if you love somebody, that person will love you. Is that not so? Because they are happy, I'm happy. You know, people, when they are leaving, say, please forgive me if I hurt you. People, I don't know who I hurt because I don't even know you. All I want to make sure that you are good. You are happy. So that is it. So everybody I came across, I'm particularly happy with the person.
Yeah.
The host community, I'm very happy with them because they benefited more than they could have ever benefited for. You know, people always ask somebody, bring somebody from my village. They ask them, if you bring somebody from our village, will you do like Ozumba? Can he be able to do what Ozumba did to create jobs? And what people you put, what have they done? Because I talk politics too. That is life.
You know, you mentioned that 70 is the new 40.
Yes.
So can we know, after retirement, what next? What are you going to be venturing into after?
I've told you so many times, I already have a job in hand. That is community health insurance. That's a big job. Because I take up things that are not meant for me, like building a science park. It's a government that they gave billions and nothing has been done. I took it up and did it.
So in 5 years from now, what should we be expecting from you?
Oh.
Aside community health insurance?
Well, as I told you, I'm into molecular research. I'm no longer seeking positions and appointment. What I'm doing is providing solutions. I want to succeed in these things I'm venturing into. That is it. Once I solve problems of mankind, I'm fulfilled.
So what's your advice for as many who are in the academia?
Yes, as I told you, academia should not just be for academia's sake. It should be to solve problems of humanity. That is where they drive their gains. That's where you are fulfilled. That is where you get your rewards. Not just tinkering with test tubes and microphones.
So what about youths? As many youths who are looking to become someone like you?
Yes, my advice is them, they must embrace, apart from reading their books, they must embrace innovation and entrepreneurship. That is the critical advice like Jack Mayer gave to the son. Please, it's not just coming first in the class.
Yeah, I think I saw that quote.
Yes. No. You see, what made me is not just being a college scholar in government, but I moved out from that. I started doing things, solving problems. I was my class rep. I was this. I ventured into public life. You see, I ventured into innovation, as I told you, and succeeded immensely. I said, look at me, I'm just a physician producing the first electric car in Nigeria, the first energy. As I told you, I went to Germany, invited some Vice Chancellor from Africa on solar energy project. Our own has been domiciled. It's just this terrorism that stays in the way because the government tells them don't come around. We shall just be like geometric. It's taking the solar energy to solve because one is connected to agriculture, one to the hospital, and so on.
Did you make a first class in your first degree?
No, we don't make first or second class in medicine.
In medicine.
We don't even do PhDs per se.
Okay. So the last question I'm going to be asking is what you would love to be remembered for?
I don't know, but there are so many things I did. It depends. It's like people who went to see the elephant. After touching him, they saw somebody touched the ear. He said the elephant looked like a big fan. Somebody touched the leg. He said elephant is like an Iroko tree. I love to be remembered as somebody who came here and did the best. And was grateful for the successes and the cooperation.
Thank you very much, sir. This is a wonderful opportunity. So, sir, please give a shout out to my school news today. We want to give a shout out.
That's School News.
My school news TV.
My School News TV. I really congratulate you for what you're doing. For humanity. And I wish you more success in your endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
My School News TV, giving you a voice.